morning, ma'am. For today, I will demonstrate the proper perineal-genital care. The purpose of this is to promote normal perineal secretions and odors and to promote client's comfort. Number one, we need to explain the procedure to the client for her to be aware about the procedure and to gain trust. Number two, we need to discuss the materials and equipment needed for the procedure. So the client will be aware about the materials that we'll be using for the procedure. And next, number three, enumerate the preparations needed before the procedure. Good morning, ma'am. I am your nurse assistant for today. So, are you Mrs. Panganiban? Okay, for today, ma'am, we will be having perineal-genital care. This is to wash your private part or private areas. Wait for me, ma'am. I will just do hand washing to avoid transmission of microorganisms. I am done washing my hands, so just relax and I will assemble the materials needed. So we will assemble the materials needed to save time, energy, and effort. So here are the materials needed. This is a blanket, a bath towel, the disposable gloves, the wipes, tissue paper, the soap, perineal pad, cotton balls, washcloth, waterproof pad, and of course the bath basin with a warm water, 43 to 46 degrees Celsius. So let's test it. Ma'am, I'm done assembling the materials. Before we begin our procedure, I will just draw the curtains or lock the door. This is to provide you privacy and for you to lessen your discomfort. So let's begin, ma'am. Next is, we need to prepare the client. First, we need to fold the top linen and fold the gown up to expose the genital area of the patient. So, the assessment cannot be done unless the genitals are visible. And then, next is place a bath towel, bath blanket, under the hips of the client. This is to prevent the bed from becoming soiled. So, ma'am, I will put a bath blanket under you. Let's begin, ma'am. I will assist you to turn on your left side. Let's count, ma'am. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Just relax, ma'am. That I'll be able to fix your back blanket. Next, position and grip the patient, and then we we will clean the upper and lower thighs. This is to minimize the exposure and also to provide additional warmth to the patient. Next, we will position the patient in a back-lying position with knees flexed and spread well apart. This is to allow adequate visibility and access, and also flexing the knees decreases the stress in the lower back of the patient. So ma'am, I will help you flex your knees. This will help you to decrease the stress in your lower back. Next is, we will drape her body and legs, and then drape the legs by tucking the bottom corner of the bath blanket under the inner thighs of the patient. Next, we will wear gloves. Then, after wearing gloves, we will wash and dry the upper thighs. So, wearing gloves can prevent infection and contamination. Next, we will inspect the perineal area. So as a nurse, we need to note if there are particular areas with inflammation, excoriation, or swelling, especially between the labia. And also we will note if there are any excessive discharges and secretions at the orifices, and if there are any presence of odors. Next is, we will wash and dry the perineal-genital area. So let us clean the labia majora, then spread the labia to wash the folds between the labia majora and the labia minora. So we need to wash this because secretions in this area tend to collect and facilitate bacterial growth. So let's begin. We will fold our washcloth like this. And then we will wash the perineum. So we will use the separate quarters of this washcloth for each stroke and wipe from the pubis down to the rectum. So here are the quarters we will use. So this one at the left side, at the middle, and the right side. So let us put on a soap. Start on the right side, down, then this one at the middle, and this side at the left side. So using the clean portions of the cloth discourages transmission of microorganisms from one area to another, and then wiping from an area of least contamination to one of more contamination prevents spreading of microorganisms. That's why we wipe it from the pubis down to the rectum, because there are least contamination in the pubis area and more contamination to the rectum. Then we will use another washcloth. So we will repeat the process. So we will fold the washcloth like this. Then fold. Okay. And then again, we will stroke this side on this side from the pubis to the rectum. Then the middle one from the pubis to the rectum. And this one from the pubis to the rectum. Okay? So, for menstruating women and clients with indwelling catheters, use clean wipes, this one, and then use clean wipes for each stroke. So, isa lang pong wipes every stroke na parang ginawa natin kanina. So, next, we will rinse the area and then we'll place the client on a bedpan and then we will use a water or a solution to pour over the area. So let's say that this is a bedpan. We will put it over here and then we will rinse it with a solution or water. So soap residue may act as an irritant and harbor microorganisms. So allowing a free flow of liquid is soothing to the patient and it increases the effectiveness of removing residue from the area. And then we will dry the perineum thoroughly. Then paying attention to the folds between the labia. We need to dry it because moisture supports and promotes the growth of many microorganisms. Okay, as I have said a while back, we will use the different quarters of the washcloth in drying the perineum. So we will use this at this side, down, at the middle, pubis to rectum, and then this side, down. Okay, and then next, inspect perineal orifices for intactness. So particularly, we will inspect around the urethra in clients with indwelling catheters. This indicates the screen breakdown. And then, next is clean between the buttocks of the patient. Assist the client to turn onto the side, facing away. So, first let's remove the bedpan. So, ma'am, I will assist you to turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, we will turn the patient. This provide visual inspection of the area. Then, we will clean the anus with toilet tissue before washing it. So, we will get toilet tissue. Why toilet tissue? Because toilet tissue is more readily disposable and reserves the washcloth for the final cleaning. Okay? So we will clean the anus. For addition, for pot delivery or menstruating females, just apply a perineal pad as needed from front, of course from front to the back. This is to prevent contaminations of the vagina and urethra from anal area. And then next, we will get the washcloth. Same lang po na dito po sa gilid muna, and then sa gitna at sa kabilang side. Side, middle, and the other side. Okay, it's all done. Again. Okay, we're all done. We will remove our disposable gloves. Again, we will perform hand hygiene to avoid contamination and infection. Document any unusual findings from the patient while doing the procedure. And that's all.